Alright, so I'm back, and today what we're going to be taking a look at is the knockoff War for Cybertron Prime. Here's a look at the packaging. Just like that. There's a little bio. Nothing too thrilling on the package. So what this is, it's an oversized KO of the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, which was a deluxe figure, which I always thought was too small. I have issues with this figure. My big issues is the transformation into truck mode. There's absolutely no way I'd be able to record getting it into truck mode. I'm surprised I got it as far as I did. Yeah, a friend of mine sent this to me to take a look at, and I want to give it a great review because it's a friend of mine, who sent it to me, and it's like, oh yeah, look at a review, but unfortunately, the damn thing sucks when it comes to the truck mode. Getting it into truck mode is an absolute nightmare. And it's not just because it's like the deluxe version, it's very complicated for a deluxe figure. So I have my issues there with the deluxe, but being a Voyager, it makes those moving things a lot easier. But the problem is that some parts don't move all the way. Tolerance issues keep them from moving in smoothly, and it's all just kind of barely holding itself together. You can see the gaps up here and here. You kind of, I don't know if you can see this is bowed in because the plastic is just kind of like holding itself together inwards, as you can see a little bit better. These wheels are out at an angle, they're not going flush, and I cannot get it 100%. It's close, but and like I said, I'm surprised I got it as far as I did, because of its issues. You can see it doesn't roll. So yeah, these tires feel tight, but so they don't roll very smoothly, but they do roll. The front tires roll very smoothly. Okay, this one a little wobbly actually, a little too smoothly if you ask me. This one seems to go just fine. It's a little tight, but it's just I can't recommend the truck mode on this. I can't. He does come with the third-party knockoff of the third-party axe that was made for War for Cybertron. Corbot V, I think it was, that made these. That's all right. It is definitely all right. It feels a little flimsy in the handle. This piece doesn't peg in as well as these, but these peg in very well. It's very secure, and it looks great. Little scuff marks going on there. Some of the blades were actually just kind of loose in the box when I got it. Open it up and it's like, oh, awesome. And then he does have the gun here on the top, which if you pull this handle here, on the original one you pull the handle here and it would spring load open, but this one doesn't have the spring loading gimmick to open it, so you have to open it yourself, which big deal. So you fold it over like that, and then that is spring loaded down to there, which is odd that they chose. It's like the original one had this and this spring loaded, and they take one spring out and they leave this one in of all pieces. It just was very strange. Just odd decision, I thought. I do not know where my other one is, so I can't sit here and show it off. Sorry. I had to close the window. They're demolishing my road up front, so I have lots of noise going on in the background. And I have the deluxe version, but I've been harvesting it for parts, so it's not in any condition to get into truck mode, so I can't show it off against him. But I do have one. We'll show it off in bot mode, or what's left of his bot mode. So, to transform him, what we want to do, untab this section, and then as soon as you untab that, you can see the front just slowly start bowing in. It's like these things just don't like to hold together. Alright, and then we want to pull this panel here out. There we go. So you want to kind of just push it in a little bit, then we can pull it out. And we can pull the legs down. Now there's hook tab right here, so you just kind of, there we go. Alright, and then we want to take the legs and they slide down. Like that. Alright, fold this gun, or these pieces back, then you can take the wheels and they fold all the way back like this. Fold the toe down. This is new here, because the original one doesn't have these. Fold out the heel spur here, which is nice. They are really tight, so you do need something to pry them open. At least on mine, anyway. Fold this up, and then you want to rotate this cannon around like that. And then this peg here will plug into this hole on the back of the pipe here. So this folds around and just tabs in. Now this one, the tolerance on this pipe is so tight it wouldn't turn, so that's an issue. That might be one of the contributing factors of me not being able to get that truck mode really nice. Alright. Okay, so now what we want to do is start trying to pull these panels here out. Like I said, it's got clearance problems, but it's not terrible. It's the tolerances of the clearances. Like if you could move things a little bit smoother, it definitely, transformation would be a lot easier for you. I had a lot of tolerances issues with figures lately. Alright, so you want to fold these arms back like this, and then they can rotate down. These will come to the back, like that. Like that. And then, let's see, how do we do this? This rotates around like this. And then this piece here will rotate around like this. And then what we want to do here is fold this up a little bit. Just gonna keep things out of the way. Rotate this up like this, and then this will come into the back like this. Right, no. This way. Yeah, there we go. This will come down and lock into place. These pieces here will fold to the sides. Just like that. Rotate the arms down. Straighten them out. Flip out the hands. Like that. And these panels all just kind of sit however you want them to sit. Very tight. So they're hard to maneuver, but on the plus side, once you get them into a position, they're going to stay in that position. Flip the head up, and then just kind of position this however you want to. Try to keep it out of the way. And there you go. There is, oh, flip up the knee pads too. Whew, tight joints. But yeah, there you go. There he is in his bot mode. Now, posability wise, we'll go through that and then we'll go through scale and stuff. Head is on a, was it a ball joint? Yeah, ball joint. So left, right, up, down, all that good stuff. It's also on this panel here that kind of moves up and down, so you can get a little bit more up if you need it. Breaks up the sculpt, but who cares? Shoulder swivel. In and out. Hindered by lots of kibble. There is a bicep swivel. This is a tight one. Nice stiff elbows. Get you all the way up there. Hands rotate, but because of this piece here, they don't rotate very far. He would have a weight swivel, but all of this locks into place. So hips can go out to about there. Again, kibble getting in the way. Can go back, kibble getting in the way. Can go forward, kibble getting in the way. Thigh swivel, double bend knees. Foot is on a ball joint. It's a little rocker, a little bit of a tilt. And toe kind of bends, and the heel, of course, kind of bends. You can plug the gun into his hand. Do this hand here. Holds it just fine. And then with this, I believe what we got to do is untab it, unplug the top here. And we shall feed this through the bottom of his hand. Oh, that's super tight. I don't like that feel. And yeah, you can hold the axe. Alright, so here he is with the original, and you see how much bigger he is. In comparison. So he's definitely more of a Voyager. Let's get him with some Voyagers. Speaking of which, standard scale. Here he is with the Seeker. I think the deluxe one scales a little bit better with the Seekers. But I mean, he works fine too. Here he is with the Legends. So I think that looks good. Here he is with the Classics Prime. Alright, I'm taking the axe out. It's making him stand a little difficult. There we go. There he is with Classics Prime. A little bit taller than Classics Prime. Just moving him out of the way. And here he is with the downsized MP10. So yeah, he's still smaller than him. Here he's with Hegemon. Smaller than him. So yeah. Oh, and somebody was asking me if you can just maybe decrease the legs just slightly. And yes, you can. And get him to stand a little bit closer to Hegemon's size. The only problem with that is the further you put it down, the less useful the knees become. So, you can, but not recommended. Alright, so let's talk about this guy. Color scheme. The color of the plastic is amazing. This rich purple is just awesome. I absolutely love it. The steels are great. The blues are great. The green paint is applied well. The gold paint's applied well. Like this purple though, this is just awesome. This metallic-y, rich purple is just gorgeous. Plastic quality, excellent. I put it in par with an MP, like an MP card, not like a big bot, but I'd say this plastic is about on par, and it feels on par. Like the smooth finish of this plastic just reminds me of like Sideswipe's back here. It's just it's smooth, it's nice, it's finished, it's great. So plastic quality is great. The color schemes are great. He looks good. The size is just about perfect. I could have gone a little bit bigger, but I'm not going to sit here and complain too much because he is a little bit bigger than this Prime, and this is where I think he should have been to begin with. I don't think he should have been a deluxe. I think this is just a really good KO. Now I think they go for about $60 or so. And I'd say that's a decent price. My big issue is the alt mode. Getting it to the alt mode. Now, it could be every copy could have its, could be different. But for me, mine, the tolerances on some of the joints are so tight. And maybe they just didn't think it all the way through. It doesn't quite mesh well into the transformation. Now, that being said, I would definitely say this company, whoever this is, who knows, Abyss Toys? Who knows who they really are or whatever, or if they've done stuff before or whatever. But I think this might have been a little bit overambitious for this attempt. Like, for this company. I think they might be just a little not quite up to snuff yet. I think they should have tried maybe like the Megatron, the War for Cybertron Megatron first, or maybe like a classic Seeker, because that transformation is a little, it is simple. And make sure you can knock those out of the park before you go somewhere like this, because this guy, he does have a lot more engineering to him. So he's definitely, like I said, he should have been Voyager to begin with. So it's just one of those, like, they could have done it. They could have gone with an easier project to start with than this guy. They did a good job for the most part. Just the alt mode is not as good. Now, another issue I have, and this is me being very critical. If you're gonna upsize a deluxe class into a KO, and give it premium paint, premium plastic, and make it look awesome, which is what they're doing here. We're leaving alt mode aside from here. There are a few things that, in my mind, the company should do if you're gonna do this. If you're gonna do it, go all out, do it right. The hands. Now, these hands are really goofy looking, and that's because they're just upscaled versions of this guy's hands, whose are really goofy looking. I think what they should have done is given him maybe those relaxed, slightly open hands like Wheeljack's here. Something like that. Maybe not exactly like that, but something like that. Or if at all possible, maybe steal an MP hand, and get the open close kind of thing going. Not saying I think they should have done that. Ha! It is. How interesting. So they upscaled the figure, but they kept the gun at the same scale, which means I could plug this into his hand. That looks alright. Okay, that's pretty cool. The other thing I think they need to do if you upscale the figure, is these things here. Maybe work in an extra panel to close it up. I know that's asking a lot for a KO company, but if they're going to KO a figure and upscale it and try and sell it at a premium price, they need to do improvements on the figure, not just here you go. I mean, like this guy, for example, he's got the extra die cast in him, a couple different engineering choices and stuff, and he works, and it works. He's awesome. He's amazing. I think this figure could have been amazing if they had ironed out a few other things. Close, not quite there. All in all, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The transformation, the truck mode not working for me, definitely hurts it. And then leaving like those gaps under the arms there, that hurts as well. I also would have loved to see if there's some way to maybe add an extra hinge in here or something so they get these tires a little bit more flush rather than just kind of sticking out the back. I'm not sure if that's how it looks in the game. I own the games. I haven't played the games. That's how little time I have. But I just would like it to clean up a little bit better. Like, these tires here are fine for me. The backpack's fine. It just, these kind of bug me. I wish they would just fold in or something. But all in all, I think it's a good figure. I recommend it if you're looking for a good bot. The Voyager bot mode for the War for Cybertron Prime. I can't recommend it if you're looking for a great Voyager truck mode for War for Cybertron. I can't recommend it for that. But I can recommend the bot mode. I think the bot mode's pretty top notch. Right now, I know they have the with Shattered Glass version, which is this. So for me, I'm going to throw this on my shelf with the Decepticon logo and call it Nemesis Prime until I can get a better Nemesis. I hope they do a Nemesis version, and I hope they do a regular Optimus version. I hope that when they do that, they can work out a few of those tolerance issues and make it a little bit of a better figure. But all in all, it's not that bad. It's workable. Could have been better, but yeah. 7 out of 10.